Mr. Dix, I have a card here. It says discussion action, but there's no numbers. Did you want to speak now or later on?
Now.
Now? Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, President Brooks, trustees. Before I get into the issue that I want to bring to your attention, Mr. Brooks, I want to thank you for the comments that you made tonight about bad mouthing and about giving respect to our teachers. We just really appreciate that, and I think that moving forward, we all can do a lot better. I hope that happens. I want to talk about January 2nd. I know that this is something, Mrs. Yelsey, that you brought up at the November 8th school board meeting, and I just want to address it because as you shared your concerns and some of the chronology, it didn't quite mesh with the chronology, that I had in my mind, and I was there throughout all of the negotiations except for a couple of hours on the last day at the beginning. And I just want to point out that we weren't able to reach an agreement. I think that we were very committed to reaching agreement on the calendar change. I think that Mr. Caldecott and the district were very committed, but we just didn't get there. I think part of the reason is that we ran out of time. I appeared before this board at the public hearing on the initial proposals, and I want to point out to you that the school board unanimously approved the district's initial proposals. The only person who raised any issues or concerns about the completeness of the proposals was Ms. Foley, and after that discussion, it was unanimously approved. And the calendar issue was not a part of the initial proposal, so we didn't even have enough of a running start in the time that we took to prepare prior to coming to the table to even fully address that amongst ourselves as a team in our caucus meetings that we had in preparation. And we ran out of time. Ultimately, what happened is we couldn't get an understanding from the district what the consequences would be to the teachers who would be impacted by the change in the date. Our teachers don't get vacation time. They work their contracted number of days. And for those who had many of the concerns that parents brought to you about we're going to be traveling, we're going to have family events, our teachers schedule everything around the calendar. In some cases, pregnancies, is really a big part of how we do our planning. And we just didn't know what the consequences would be for those who could not make changes to their calendars and family plans so late, with such late notice. The other issue that I want to bring forward is that the calendar was actually approved by the school board. Everybody voted on that with the exception of Ms. Foley, who was not yet a board member, unanimously that, we're going to go forward with the district's recommendation. I think that it's the civic duty of the board to be a safeguard and to have oversight. And during those discussion of action items, ask questions, and that would have been a perfect opportunity for that discussion to have taken place prior to it being finalized by the school board. And the last thing I want to address is that one of the statements that you made, and I'll just quote you, "I know individual schools and principals are trying to work to make sure that no child who is not there will miss any relevant information or coursework." I don't really know what was meant by that. I'm not going to take that as a negative because, of course, any student that's absent works with their teacher in order to make up work. But I know our teachers will provide a quality instructional program for all students who are in attendance on January 2nd. So I think that we all agree that every day that our students are in attendance, that they will receive an academically rigorous and an educationally rewarding and relevant school experience. Thank you.
Thank you.